So here's the scenario. I'm watching a man, maybe 62 years old, sitting at a bus stop playing scratch-off, cross-referencing his last play, adjusting his glasses, moving the tickets in and out of focus, and traffic is jammed. It's 5:30 on a Friday after all, and I can only assume everyone is rushing to get home. Foot traffic isn't as busy, but my mind is running a mile a minute, and selfishly, I'm using this moment as meditation. I focus on the vanilla flavor pumped into my coffee, and I notice the man is now smoking a cigarette. He doesn't look 62 anymore, more like 49. I turn my head to hear the conversation between two birds a little better. A bus drives by and suddenly the man disappears. And I think to myself, maybe this is the perfect analogy as to what life is. A ticket scratch, one hit of a cigarette, one conversation that doesn't include you, and you become a memory. I looked around to find someone else to care about, but nobody moves me. Everybody else is moving to the beat of their own drum. Nobody asks to be seen. And I conclude that this is a grave misfortune because there are stories just waiting to be told, hands waiting to be held, minds yearning to be explored. And just then, a woman comes to sit in the same exact seat the man sat in just moments before. This time, carrying a book bag and a dazed stare into space. Her face read something tired, not angry, just disappointed, not at any particular person, just melancholy without a purpose. Her face read something like violet or cloud, something like a series of unfortunate events. And again, I began to ponder about the authorship of God, how he jumps from Lemony Snicket to C.S. Lewis, from Shakespeare to Shonda Rhimes. I ponder about how many of us are pages in books we've never seen. And then another bus rolls by, and a man who looks about 49 gets off and immediately lights his cigarette, and it's not the same guy, but I promise they might be brothers. And then again, my mind begins to wonder about how often we take each other's place, like maybe the world actually is a stage, and if you sit long enough, you'll start to enjoy the play. You'll start to ignore the moments and days that seemingly don't make sense because somehow, like lost puzzle pieces behind a treasure chest, when you finally find them, it all begins to fit. And I guess this is all ironic because I say this as I literally sit in the middle of Playhouse Square, inspired by indistinct voices and indescribable emotions, moved by moving people, making lives out of mundane matters that may somehow end up in museums. And I think that's pretty cool.